Hey, 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 it's a Monday. Welcome back, everybody. March 20th, 2023. This month is a moving. It's a moving. Moving quick, too. Glad to be back. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Today, we are looking into Miss Sophia Lancaster's case over the pond in the UK, guys. Another sad and senseless scenario. But I gotta tell you, I am greatly happy that I'm the one to be putting it out there. Mama Bear may be joining us later. We'll have to see. Busy is she. So, guys, grab your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be. Come on in here, sit down, and have a conversation with me. I appreciate that so very much. It is so good to be back, guys. I've missed you all so very much, and great to be here with you all, as always, guys. As always. So, what do you say, guys? Let's get this a ball a rolling. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it may be for wherever you may be. Thank you for joining me today, guys. It's great to see you all. Great to be here with you all. Thank you for joining me. Good to have you guys. Hope you all had an amazing weekend. And now we're going to kick this week off the right way. Hanging with me in the cafe, guys. Let's do this. Who we got here? Let's see who we got in the house with us today. Of course, Miss Brandy, thank you so much for joining us. Linda DaCosta, thank you so much for joining us from South Africa. I'm glad to see you got some power today. The lovely Pookie Madoodle, thank you so much for being here. Drift, my brother, good to see you as well. Let's see. Miss April's in the house. Such a pleasure to have you, Miss April. Thank you. As always, the lovely Miss Heather, thank you for being here, my dear. Always happy to see you. Always. And my lovely wife is in here, Miss Brandy Mayor. So thank you so much for joining us, my dear. It's great to see you. And I do miss you, my love. I do miss you. I wish your face was here so I could see you. Miss Sunshine, looks like you're floating around my house today because it is nice and sunny out there. It looks like the first day of spring is actually what it says it is. Springtime, guys. Hopefully it sticks around and we don't see no more of that white crap floating around. I know one thing. My wife is excited as could be because she didn't have to work all day. She gets to come home and she will be outside, guys, as I will be with her because it is too nice to be stuck inside. So thank you all for being here. Let's see. Strike first, little brother. Good to have you here. Good to see you. PPR, my friend. What's up, Dustin? Thanks for joining us today, brother. I'm looking forward to tonight with you guys. Thank you for being here, Dustin. Let's see. Anybody else surprising me today? Again, guys, on the way in the door, please hit that like button. Leave me a little DNA so I can come and find you guys later on and drag you back in here. Thank you so much. And please share this out with anybody you think would be interested, or even if they wouldn't be, share it out to see if they might be interested. You never know. And at the end of the stream, all in all, guys, please feel free to leave comments. That is a big one with YouTube. They really need that for whatever reason, and it helps me. So please do that. Thank you so very much. Let's see here. Yes, thank you. That's a fact, Miss Linda. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, everybody. Once again, it's so great to have you here. I feel 1,000 times better, Miss Linda. I really do. I still got a little bit of crud hanging around, but I'm 1,000 times better. I really am. Thank you for noticing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome, Miss Michelle Wilkinson. It's good to see you here. And yes, thank all of you meatballs for joining me today. I absolutely appreciate it, guys. Thanks for taking the time to come in here and jump in the sauce and hang out with us so we can spill a little bit of that sauce today. Sadly, we're talking about another senseless and horrible case over the pond over there in the UK, Miss Sophia Lancaster and her mother and their story, guys. It's another one that is just unreal to me, but we need to put it out there, guys, because again, we are the voice for the voiceless. They cannot tell their own stories, so somebody needs to do it. And I am glad to be that person to do that today. Thank you, Ms. Heather, so very much. I do appreciate you for that. Again, anybody that's interested in supporting the channel and or myself, there are my links to the Venmo, PayPal, and the Cash App, guys. And please, please know that it is so very appreciated. Got to pay these bills to keep me coming to you guys. So thank you much for that, Heather. Hello and good afternoon. Season's greetings. Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're a little behind there, Dustin. Sorry about that. It's all good. We got the bunnies popping in here soon. Mr. Easter Bunny is about to come around the corner for all the little ones. It's Easter time. We just had St. Patty's Day. Easter's coming. My granddaughter is excited. She went and had her picture taken with the Easter Bunny over the weekend. What's up, T2014? Thank you for joining us today. Apps, I appreciate it. Absolutely understand. No worries. There she is. Our team member from over the pond, Miss Pamela Gribben. Thanks for joining us today, Pamela. I may need your insight on this one today. I appreciate you being here, my dear. Thank you for joining us. That's your favorite holiday. I got you, Drift. I got you. Mine is Halloween and Christmas, of course. Halloween is my ultimate favorite, but Christmas is a second, best right there. I think Easter is one of my wife's favorites too. I'm not a big fan of it. I never have been. I don't know why, but what are you going to do? The bunny's going to bring you some beer. All right. All right. Whatever works for you, my brother. Whatever works. The beer bunny. Come on in, everybody. Get comfortable. Let's do this. The faster you jump in here, the faster we get to rolling, folks. Like I said, grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be. Stop in here, sit down, and have a conversation with me. I am so looking forward to it. I missed you guys, as always. Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with the chocolate Drift. I'll be honest with you. One of my absolute favorites. And I don't understand this either because I'll explain it in a minute. Okay. One of my absolute favorites are those Reese peanut butter eggs, right? They come out for Easter, but they make them for Christmas, Halloween. I think there's another holiday they make them for, but for Christmas, they make the Christmas trees. Halloween, they make the pumpkins, but Easter, they make the eggs. I don't care what anybody in here tells me or anybody else tries to tell me, they are not the same. The eggs for Easter are better than all of them. Somebody said they just use different molds. They're the same exact thing. I am going to disagree till I'm blue in the face because they're not, guys. They are not the same. I'm sorry to say, but they're not. Not at all. Not even remotely. I've noticed that the eggs that they do for Easter, they have little tiny, tiny pieces of like peanut in them, I think, that are all crushed up. And I love those. I can't eat them anymore, but I love them. My wife has got a huge heart and will sneak and get me one or two here and there because she knows I love them, but she knows I can't have them either. So, It is. See, I knew I was right. The peanut butter in the egg seems different. It is absolutely correct, Michelle. Thank you for that. They are the same, just different shape, and they taste the same. They don't taste the same to me, Strike. I'm sorry, but they don't. See, Pookie says they're not the same. The Easter ones have cocaine flavor. There you go. You know what? Reese's does make those. That's probably my favorite thing in the world is the Reese's peanut butter cup thing. I love those. And anything with almonds or nuts in it, I love that. Reese's does make sugar-free Reese cups. They're not bad. They're my wife found them. They're a little different, but they're really not bad for what we can have and can't have. Welcome, Lance, my brother. Good to see you. Hope you had a great weekend, my friend. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, Reese's cups are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Almonds, yes, Linda. I love those. I love the Snickers almond candy bars. I love those. Mr. Good bars. Anything that has peanuts or peanut butter in it, I am a freak for. Caden's been selling, you guys may not know about it around where you're at, but we have something. We have Daffin's Candy Bars. It's a company that makes candy around here. And he's been selling them for band. And I'm telling you what, they're different. Have you had the white chocolate eggs? I don't remember if I have, Michelle. I'm not a big fan of white chocolate. I will eat it in certain senses, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Yes, they are, Strike. They are the best candy in the world. I'm sorry, but whoever invented that was a genius. 100%. I still remember back in the day when I was a kid, the commercials where it would show a chocolate bar falling into the vat of peanut butter or the jar of peanut butter, and then we have Reese's. I used to think those commercials were amazing. Loved them. Yeah, Heather, you got to have a taste for white chocolate. You either love it or you hate it. And from what I've seen, there's not really an in between. I can deal with it depending on what is made with it. Like Brandy, my wife makes chocolates, and you guys know she does all that baking and stuff. She makes candies usually around the holidays. Easter, she'll do pretzels dipped in chocolates and stuff like that. Now, her pretzels dipped in white chocolate, I do like that. I like white chocolate covered pretzels. I do. She makes solid eggs that have peanut butter in them too. Those are good. The white chocolate ones when she makes those are amazing. I have a thing for coconut too. She makes the coconut eggs too. I love those. So, but I gotta watch. You know what I mean? It's not good for me, and it's not good for my girlish figure, guys. I gotta keep it together. Big boys in the house. What's up? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Hey everyone, hand pink waving. Gotcha. I was the only one out of 6 kids who got a white bunny and licorice in my basket. I used to trade my jelly beans to get those. Gotcha. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you get bounties out in America or raspberry? No. Never heard of them, Drift. Sounds good, though. Raspberry ruffles. Raspberry truffles? Were you saying truffles or ruffles? Yes, that's a fact, Lance. Congratulations to Charlie and Erica Green. Beautiful wedding they had. They are now Mr. and Mrs. Charlie and Erica Green. That's congrats to them. And I am so proud of you, Charlie. Good job, brother. Coconut heaven. Damn. Yeah, I love me some coconut ruffles. Yeah, I've never heard of those, Drift. Sounds good. I would definitely try it out. That's a fact. Love me some coconut. Coconut cream pie. Big fan of it. Even drinks. I loved the pina coladas. I always liked coconut. Coconut and peanut butter are my 2 favorites. Yeah, Heather, I agree. I watched that this morning. Very nice. So I just want to give a little shout out to them. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Charles Green, on your union. And I wish you nothing but the most absolute happiness and long life to both of you. Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. Please, please. And again, guys, don't forget tonight, we will be doing the true story behind the Silence of the Lambs movie, guys. It should be interesting. Definitely, I hope to see you guys there for that one. Definitely should be interesting. I was very pleased with the Black Dahlia. That went over well, guys. I'm trying to, if you haven't noticed, to make things a little bit better in here for you guys. A little more professional, I guess you could say. Maybe a little bit, getting things together more. I'm working on it, guys. I am still a baby as far as channels go. I'm still only a year old and working on learning this and learning that, but I'm getting there with the excuse me, with the thanks of my amazing and the thanks to all of my amazing moderators who do so much for me that I know you guys hear daily. We're getting there. We are getting there, as I promised you a long time ago. We're getting there slowly but surely. We will make it, guys. I have faith. Come on in, guys. Let's get this together. Here we are talking about food again. I adore coconut. Way back in the day, Daddy would come home from the mines and take a real shower. And then I'd go with him to the A&P. He'd buy what was on Mother's list and I'd eat coconut out of the bag. That sounds like an amazing memory, Pookie. I can get with that one. I get that. Hope I can be with you for book read. SOL so many times. Yeah, I got you, Linda. I hope you can too. Sit on the stoop and smell the fresh ground 8 o'clock coffee. Yeah. Those are great memories, aren't they, Pookie? They are amazing. Those memories that we make when we're children and whatnot. Those things that you can do to remind you of those, those smells and those feelings and all that. It's amazing. I love it. I bet you do, Pookie, and that's awesome, hon. That is awesome. Yes, thank you again, Miss Heather. Guys, jump in the sauce. If you have not become a member of the channel, please think about it. Jump on in here, become a family member, and jump in the sauce with us, guys. Become a meatball. I got so many great meatballs in here with us now that who knows? Can we get more? Can we get any more? I think we can fit a few more in there. Come on in, guys. You are welcome. That is a fact. Thank you, Heather, for that. I appreciate that. Let's see. Who do we have here? And again, guys, like I said, today we are going to be talking about the Sophia Lancaster story. There's a little sad tidbit that goes along with that in regards to her mother. And again, this is, like I said, from over the pond over in the UK. Another senseless situation that makes no sense to me whatsoever. A freshly opened pouch of tobacco reminds me of my dad. I got it. Listen, dude, I understand those smells. And like there's a brand of, I can't remember what it is, but there's a smell. It's like a chicken soup smell that reminds me of my grandfather's house. That when I would walk in the door, it always smelled like this chicken soup for whatever. Don't give me, it's weird, I know, but it's when I smell it, it gives me like this instant flash of being at my grandfather's house. It's crazy, but it's amazing how these smells and feelings can come back to you like that when you get a certain feeling or a scent that you smell or you see something that'll give you that flash and it brings those memories back. Like, boom, it's right there, It's an amazing thing. And I think that's why we create those when we're younger, because, it's something that we like to carry with us forever. Absolutely, Pamela. Sylvia is her mother, guys. We'll be talking about Miss Sylvia today as well. Sadly, she is no longer with us, but in the lengths that she went through in regards to her daughter and her daughter's story, it's very sad. But again, it needs to be talked about and brought out to you. So yes, thank you, Pamela. That is a fact. She was a very wonderful lady. Mama's house smelled like natural gas, chewing tobacco, and Murphy's oil. I know. See, I had an aunt whose house smelled like that Murphy's oil soap too, because everything in her house was all natural woodwork. It was stained, but it was all the original woodwork from the home, and she was a stickler about it. And we would help when we were kids cleaning all that woodwork with that Murphy stuff, and her house always smelled like it. Drift. How do I gift a membership? You got to go down to the bottom of the page where that $sign thing is there. Okay. You click on that and it should open up memberships, and then you should be able to do it that way. I don't do it as the administrator because I can't. But I believe that's how it works. If not, one of the moderators should be able to help you. One of the other moderators, Drift, should be able to help you. Either Miss Heather or Mama Bear's not here today, and then there's a few others. Miss Brady might know how. Dustin has gifted quite a few of them. He might be able to help. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just a little $sign, and it should, at the very bottom, it should have that option for you to be able to click that and then gift it out. Now, anybody that doesn't have a membership right now, if you are not a member, make sure that you have that allowed in your profile thing there to click that, okay? Also, again, I know I'm posting the links for the Cash App, PayPal, whatever, guys. You are able to, I know at one time I had said something about not sending super chats or super stickers or whatever because everything was messed up with my pay with YouTube. That's open to send again if anybody should want to. I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying you guys are more than welcome to send super chats or super stickers once again if you want to. If you should feel that you want to do that to support the channel, that's very appreciated as well. But that option is available once again. Everything is straightened out with that, so it is much appreciated. Okay, thank you, Heather. There's a link Heather put up, Drift. You can click on that link there, and that should help you be able to do that. Borkum Riff tobacco smells like my longest. Yeah, see, I'm saying my uncle. I was very close with my uncle. I think I had explained to you guys. He was the one that raised the race horses, and I grew up out there on his farm pretty much. He chewed the original Copenhagen, and he chewed Red Man pouch tobacco. If I smell that, it's an instant like travel back in time to those days with him, and it's an amazing feeling, kind of crazy. Just like we could be sitting here and watch a commercial from 1984, and it's going to give us that retro feeling, where we get that instant good feeling in our gut because of something that went on back in the days when we were kids. I've always enjoyed that kind of stuff. Memories are an amazing thing, folks, and they're there for a reason. Thank you, Heather. That's a fact. 18 beautiful people tuning in right now. First of all, thank you so very much. Please like this stream, subscribe, and share it out, guys. Hit that notification bell. That way you do not miss us every time we're live. Speaking of which, I guess I need to send a couple extra noties out because not everybody gets them. Yeah, I did too for a long time, Brandy. Long time I used to chew or dip, whatever you want to call it. It gives you such bad heartburn. I stopped doing it now. I still smoke, sadly, but what are you going to do? Thank you so much, Pookie. I appreciate you. Let me see here where we at. That's what I need to do. Flip that over. Oh, that's another thing. I didn't get to share this out. Hold on one moment, guys. Let me do this too. That usually helps. Flash dance, baby. There you go. Yeah, I wish I could vape to try to quit smoking, but I can't. Can't do it. Tears up my lungs. What am I doing here? One moment, everyone. I'm trying to share this. Yeah, smoking is a bad thing. I wish I could just dump it, but I can't. Too much stress and anxiety at this point, you know? That's me. I hate smoking. I hate how it makes me feel. I hate what it does to me, but I love it at the same time, if that makes any sense. That's exactly how I feel about it. That's why I haven't quit completely, because I enjoy it too much, and I know that I'm not ready for it yet, you know? I am ready to quit, but I'm not at the same time. All right, guys, give me one moment. I'm sharing this out and see what happens here. Hello, my darling, my love. Thank you so very much. Mwah to you as well. I can't wait to see you when you get home, my dear. I miss you horribly, as always. I hope you're having a great day at work. All right, I think that does it. Let's share that out. Also, move the water jugs. Why am I moving the water jugs, my dear? I'm lost. What's wrong with the water jugs? Explain. Oh, because they're in the camera. Oh, they've been there forever, hon. They don't care. They don't care. They're stacked there neatly because we have nowhere to put them. No way. No, 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 Drift. No. No, no, no. No, we have a well on our property, which is where our tap water comes from, and it is just not drinkable. It's nasty. Nasty, nasty. So that's where our water comes from. We drink that. It's good stuff, too. It's probably the best water I've ever had in my life. You know, don't you? It doesn't really help. It's like, yes, I know that, my dear. Mentally, it does. Oh my God, silly. Yes, and I care, sir. Yes, I know, dear. I know. I know you do. Always worried about it. They've been there forever, hun. Ever. They've been in my videos forever. Everybody knows. I have nowhere else where we can put those. We don't have anywhere to stack them. Rather than leaving them out on the porch, and I don't want to do that. I'll see what I can do. We'll find something to do with them after the show today. You filter. Yes. Yes, yes. 17 peeps in here. Come on, guys. Where are you at? Jump on in here. Well, I don't know. I love green. Not quite sure what you guys are talking about, but okay. Well, and that's the thing is our water. It can be drank if it's filtered and if it's like boiled, like we make tea out of it or something like that. And it's okay. I was drinking it in my coffee for a long time. As long as it's filtered through, it's not so bad. It just has a smell to it. I think the smell is where it's like a sulfur smell. And I think that's where the issue comes from, why it's such a problem. It's so hard to drink. So that is all. And again, guys, do me a favor. If you happen to see an ad, please let me know. It's just helpful to see in here or to know that they're popping in and out. That's all. All right. 15 people now. Looks like we're dropping off more than we're hanging on to. Come on, guys, jump on in here. I'd like to get this a rolling, but no ads yet. No worries, Lance. I appreciate you, bud. Well, I guess I'll get to rolling on this. It's to get started at least, and see if more people jump in, I guess. Again, guys, today this is in regards to Sophia Lancaster from over there in the UK. Wait, what now? If you aren't going to use that bottle, but you want to keep it, put pampas grass in it, stick it in the corner behind a chair. Oh, okay. Well, these bottles get refilled every 2 weeks. They show up. And so we put them outside, they exchange them, and just kind of like the milkman, and then we have new water. Welcome, Mar. It's good to see you back in here. Thanks for joining us. Driving while listening. I appreciate that so very much. And yes, Heather is correct, guys. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please tune in as we do the true story behind the movie Silence of the Lambs. Clarice, looking forward to seeing you guys there. Oh, they'll be moved. When the boss asks for something, the boss gets what she wants. She doesn't like them sitting there like that, I guess. So they will be put somewhere else from now on. 11 p.m. Mountain Time, right. Right. Absolutely, Linda. Like down where you're at, the water is probably a lot more dangerous than it is here, but I just absolutely love the variation of folks that we have in here, guys. It blows my mind. I have people in here from over in the UK, New Zealand. Miss Linda's from down in South Africa, Australia. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Toledo. They go all over the place. I think it's called Sunrise Springs. Used to be called something else, but they are everywhere, guys. Everywhere. So, as I said, let's get this rolling. And again, guys, when we get to the point, let me know how the audio is when we needed to use it. Outer space, that's where Heather's at. Heather gets her water from different planets. Again, guys, there is the copyright disclaimer. We're using this for fair use and fair and personal use, just to tell Sophia's story, guys. So once again, I got to thank Mama Bear for putting this together. She does such a great job all the time. Miss Heather and Miss Brandy and Miss Molly always putting these things together for us to make it so nice and organized. That's very much appreciated, ladies, as always. Work for American Water, drink bottled water, folks. Yes. So, back to the basics. And again, guys, this is again about Miss Sophia Lancaster from over in the UK. There she is, as you can see, beautiful young girl. And it seems to be a thing now, guys. We did another story about a girl from over there that was attacked because of these same things. It's very sad. There's Mama Bear in the chat. And Mama Bear, we miss ya. Right. I know. It is a complete tragedy. It's very sad. At such a young age. And as it says, Sophie Lancaster, she was born November 26th of 1986. 3 days after my birthday. I'm the 23rd of November. And everybody misses you too, Mama Bear. No worries. We will see you guys soon. Or we will see you soon. November 26th of 1986, and she passed on August 24th of 2007. So very young. She was a former pupil at the Backup and Rot. If I mispronounce any of these, Drift or Pamela, please correct me. Backup and Rottenstall Grammar School and Haslingden High School, and a gap year student planning to attend Accrington and Rosendale College to do an English degree. Sophie has a long-standing attachment to the goth subculture. Her mom described her as goth, and she said she was intelligent and sensitive. She was not the sort of child to get into trouble, but she did have problems in the past because she stood out. And again, Bach up. Okay, thank you, Pamela. I appreciate that. And again, this is all about dress and makeup and the look that you have. Okay. People are being attacked because of this, which in my opinion, I'll be honest with you guys, it kind of fits into the same bracket as a racial hate crime, in my opinion. Okay. Just because somebody's clothes likes to wear black clothing and wear dark makeup around their eyes and stuff like that, or have your hair a certain way, that's not a reason to attack people. That's definitely not a reason to end somebody's life, guys. So it's very sad. Once again, Sophie and Robert. Sophie had been with Robert Maltby, a 21-year-old art student from Manchester, for 3 years. Like Sophie, Robert had a long-standing history to the goth subculture. His parents also described him as intelligent and sensitive. He was not the type of person to go out and get into trouble, but has had problems in the past as well for standing out. And again, here we are again. Never fails. In turn, this is, in my opinion, 100% a hate crime, just as Drip just said, because they look different, because they like certain, and it's not even that they're different people, guys. They just look different. They're both intelligent and sensitive, as I said. So, shoot, one moment, guys. I just need you to hold on for me 1 second. Take a quick intermission. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Alrighty, my apologies, everybody. So again, this is all because they stood out. They look different. Okay. Since when is it a crime to be different? I've always taught my kids about individuality. Be yourself. Be who you are. Be who makes you happiest. Whether that's based on sexuality, the color of clothing that you like to wear, the type of music that you like. I've always taught individuality, just as I was taught from my parents. These people are being condemned because of it, because they're different than what the quote unquote norm is. Another word I don't like is normal, because what is normal, guys? You explain to me, and then we'll figure it out on it together, because it doesn't make sense to me anymore. So, August 11th of 2007, on this night between 1:10 and 1:20 a.m., Sophie and Robert were walking home and came across a gang of teenagers at the entrance to the Stubby Lee, sorry. The group followed them and assaulted Robert first by kicking and stomping him until he was unconscious. And then Sophie, who was trying to protect her boyfriend, knelt down and cradled Robert's head in her hands. At that time, the boys started kicking and stomping her on the ground until she fell into a coma. A 15-year-old witness told police that they were running over and just kicking her in the head and jumping up and down on her head. One witness used a mobile phone to call for emergency services, saying, "We need an ambulance at Becca Park. This mosher has just been banged because he's a mosher." The Guardian reported that afterwards, the killers celebrated their attack on the goths or moshers by telling friends afterwards that they had done something, and there's two monsters nearly dead up Backup Park. You want to see them? They're a right mess. This is disgusting. Police said, let me run this here real quick. Bit of a trigger warning. Some of these pictures are a bit sensitive, guys. For those of you that, are not comfortable hearing about this or maybe possibly seeing these pictures, you are free to step away until we get past this part. I understand completely, and we'll hold no ill feelings towards anybody that wants to. Police said that it was a sustained attack, during the course of which the pair received serious head injuries, and their faces were so swollen that we could not ascertain which one was female and which one was male. Both were hospitalized as a result of the attack. Initially, at Rockdale Infirmary, my apologies. Robert's injuries left him in a coma and with internal bleeding. He gradually recovered, but had lost memory of the time leading up to and during the attack. Sophie was in a deep coma, which caused her to be placed on life support and moved to Fairfield General Hospital in Bury, and then to the neurology unit at Hope Hospital, now Salford Royal Hospital. The hospital staff determined that she would never again regain consciousness, and on August 24th, 2007, her life support was terminated. This is just disgustingly sad. It is absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. These are two human lives, beautiful human lives, young, beautiful human lives that never got a chance to start their life. And then we have these three idiots, okay? Look, just these three kids. These are teenage kids, guys, that did this. These three people that are supposed to be human beings did this to these two. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I have to say, I'm sorry, this isn't, there was these three and then these two. Okay. I have to say that this has to come from their home. They had to have been taught something to do this, or not taught something, because I'll tell you right now, my children would never do something like this. Okay. My friends' children would never do something like this. So, in my opinion, it comes from the home. That's my opinion, only my opinion. Okay. And again, I'm not going to say their names because they don't deserve that. But the first one here was guilty of murder, sentenced to life in prison, minimum 16 years and 3 months. The secondary was guilty of murder, sentenced to life in prison, minimum 18 years. And then guilty of grievous bodily harm with intent, sentenced to 4 years and 4 months. It doesn't make sense to me, guys. Again, these two here, guilty of grievous bodily harm with intent, sentenced to 5 years and 10 months each. And then guilty of grievous bodily harm with intent, sentenced to 5 years and 10 months each. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, I think it's because they were interesting. They were interesting people because they were different. They had art backgrounds. They were it's interesting. You know what I mean? They're interesting people. They had, something to look at. There was something to talk about, and these other idiots were jealous, in my opinion. I agree with that. Because they couldn't be that way. They were just boring, plain old normal people, and they didn't like that. And I do have to say that this was all from dysfunctional families. I agree with that one, Linda. And Miss Pamela says, take it from me, the hardest of police officers disliked working in backup. I get it. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Miss Pamela is a retired police officer from Greater Manchester over in the UK. So she does know a little bit about what goes on over there. Okay, guys, that's why, I'm glad to have her as part of our team over in the UK. She helps us with a lot, guys, and I'm very appreciative of Miss Pamela. So again, she knows. Welcome, Miss Sherry. It's so good to see you. And 100%, Sherry, I agree. It starts at home. My grandson was bullied in middle school because he wore skater shoes. It happens. My son, Caden, you guys know how he is. He's been bullied. I don't know how many times. He was bullied for years because years ago when he was little, you guys know he can sing and he loves music. He sang a song on YouTube and then recorded it. Well, some quote unquote friends thought it was funny and they plastered it all over Facebook and showed everybody, and they made fun of him because of it. Okay. He's gotten past it because he knows he's better than they are and because he is talented. And it was all due to, in my opinion, jealousy, because he could do it and they couldn't, because he was good at it and they weren't. That's why I don't like this type of stuff, guys. That's why I'm putting this out there today. It makes me angry. And I don't care what anybody says. The last one I went at, turned out to be, people disagreed with me about it being hate crime. I 100% agree that that's what this is, due to pure jealousy because of differences. And that's just, in my opinion, straight bullshit. I'm sorry. Excuse the language. They need to have this done to them, in my opinion, as their punishment. That's my thought, but that's me. I do not hate anybody. I don't project hate. I never have. My stream projects nothing but positivity if I can help it. But for something like this, it's disgusting. Absolutely sick and disgusting. I used to get made fun of. At one point, I was bullied before I became my own voice. I was bullied because I was a skater. I was called names because of that, because I was a skateboarder. I was bullied because of my hairstyle and the length at one time. It is what it is, guys. People are mean. People are ignorant. And it's all due to because of the fact that other people are different. If you don't fit into the norm, then you just don't fit. And I think that is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen or heard in my life, because we are all taught individuality. We all teach individuality. When God put us here, it was to be our own individual selves, not to be the Stepford people, to be like everybody else, or to be androids, to be like everybody else. It makes me sick. So again, these are human beings, not animals, not insects. And that's what they did, is they stomped on them like they were insects. Disgusting. That's exactly it, Lance. That's exactly it. If you don't like them, don't look at them. If you don't like them, stay away from them. You don't have the right to touch them. Makes me sick. I hate bullying more than anything on this planet. I really do. And again, there's a plaque that was put up in loving memory of Sophia Lancaster, 1986 to 2007. To thine own self be true. There is Robert, the boyfriend. Now, at the time of his crimes, Herbert had an antisocial lifestyle and spent time with negative friends who he had a misguided sense of loyalty towards. Drank, took drugs. The parole papers said Herbert's behavior behind bars had initially been poor. He looks like a punk. Look at him. He looks like a complete total thug punk. But this changed once he moved into an adult prison and he had taken part in rehabilitation programs. It's because he got scared. Good for him. After he moved into an open prison in November 2020, he improved his education with studies to degree level and had fully engaged with resettlement activities, including spending time on temporary release from jail. He had a job and there was a positive feedback about his work. The document added no concerns about compliance had been identified, and Mr. Herbert had good working relationships with professional staff. Witnesses, including his probation officer, recommended that he be released on license. Herbert, who became eligible for release in February, will be subject to restrictions on his movements, where he lives, and who he contacts. Ryan Herbert was 16 when he was sent to prison for his crimes, for which he could not be given a true life sentence under the British law as a juvenile. He is on license for the rest of his life, with the threat of being returned to prison for any infraction whatsoever. He is now 30 years old, having spent his entire adult life behind bars in a hostile environment, costing a staggering amount of public money to maintain. He will emerge, but for the rest of his life, with the stigma of an inmate and a murderer. This is no apology for him or any of the other boys charged, or for their cold-blooded crimes. It's just a small part of me would like to have faith in our system of justice and how it is designed to punish and reform the offender to prevent such offenses in the future, hopefully. It's precious little comfort to those who have been scarred by this crime. However, I hope that all those affected find their peace in due course. Peace in due course. My apologies. Now, this here is Sophie's mother, Sylvia. Sadly, this is another part to this story, guys, that I don't like to don't want to have to tell, but I do. Yeah, she was very small, Pookie. It's very sad. Just a tiny little thing. This is the hardest statement to write, and it is with great shock and disbelief that we announce that Sophia Lancaster has passed away. She passed early this morning in Blackburn Hospital. She had suffered from ill health for the last couple of years, but her death was sudden and unexpected. Sylvia had such a powerful life force. We cannot imagine a world without her in it. Following Sophie's brutal murder, Sylvia put her energy into championing, championing, why is that so hard to say? Championing people from alternative subcultures and creating educational programs to tackle prejudice and intolerance. She worked tirelessly to combat the inaccurate and lazy stereotyping that all too often leads to violent prejudice and prompted a culture of celebrating difference, something that leads to safer communities for us all. Okay. Sylvia was formidable. She challenged authority and fought for what she believed in. Her legacy is that Sophie will never be forgotten, and her daughter's name will always represent her mission to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. She will be sadly missed. There will be much to say over the course of the next few months. Initially, all our thoughts are focused on supporting Adam and his family in the coming days and weeks. Hold those you love a little bit closer today. We are finishing for the last time using Sylvia's sign-off. Love and light, the Sophie Lancaster Foundation team. Rest in peace, Sophia and Sylvia. To thine own self be true. It's very sad, guys. Very sad. Miss Pamela says, no, Pookie. No. Sylvia raised the profile and huge amounts of funds. She really was wonderful. I absolutely can imagine. I mean, from what I've read about her, she is an angel in her own mind, you know. Definitely not our own Sylvia, though. No, Pookie, I got what you're saying. Did I miss something over here? I'm sorry. Matthew gets bullied by adults. I'm glad he doesn't understand what they're saying about him. My son has to. It's disgusting. It's very hard to not be the person I used to be when that happens, because I would have been jailed already because of it, because I'm not who I used to be. I used to be a very temperamental person. Anybody that ever hurt anybody in my family or somebody I care about would have been hurt in a bad way by me. I'm not like that anymore. But I've thought about it because Caden is the world to me. He's my youngest child. And for somebody to bully a child that does not know what's going on, doesn't know that they're being bullied, that they're being made fun of, and they think that people are laughing and joking with them, are laughing and joking with them, not at them. My son went through that for years. And I very sadly had to tell him, Caden, they're not your friends. They're making fun of you. They're not having fun with you. They're having fun because of you. I started to see it as ever, and it was heartbreaking to me because all he ever wanted was for people to be friends with him and to like him because of who he was. And instead they would make fun of him and pretend like they liked him. It took everything in me to not go to those people and physically hurt them, because he's he's my child. He's my heart. He's my best friend. He's a teenager. We struggle as parents and kids do. But I'm telling you, it was very, very hard for me not to do that with coaches and teachers that would make fun of him behind his back or say something about because of something he said and this and that. It gets old. And I'm being honest with you guys. Like I said, I'm not a hateful person. I'm not a violent person anymore. If that would have happened, if what had happened with Caden would have happened when I was in my 20s, I probably would be in jail, guys, because it's you don't understand the rage that causes me on the inside. To this day, when it happens, it still does happen, not as much. And here's why: because Caden has grown. Caden's a big dude now. He's full grown and still growing. He's going to be a big guy. He's the size of a football player now. They don't push him like they used to because he's very strong, and if he wants to, he could handle the situation. He chooses not to most of the time because he's not violent. He doesn't like violence. He's got a huge heart, and he likes to try to deal with things logically and intelligently, like most people should. So I'm very proud of him for that. That's it too, Lance. I agree with you, buddy. It's very possible, Pookie. It's very possible. So that's exactly how I feel, Pookie. You just can't do that. And I had to make myself be different. Okay. My older kids will tell you, if you ever were to talk to them, anytime there was ever a problem with them at school, I was right there. I've almost gotten into fights with teachers and principals over my kids because that's you don't mess with my family. It's just my thing. I never have. I'm still that way. If anybody hurts Brandy, my wife, her feelings or says something offhanded to her, stand back. It lights a fire under me that you guys, I hope, never have to see. That side of me, I keep it very, very well locked down because of that. So it's just not a good thing. Just not a good thing. So, and that is how that starts off, guys. Miss Sophia Lancaster and her mother, Sylvia. Very, very sad, senseless situation once again. Let's see here. All right. here. Like I said, it's something I wanted to put out. It needs known. This needs to be put out there so that this kind of stuff will stop. You know, if people see these things being put out on a regular basis, something has to give sooner or later. Sooner or later. I'm sure. We love our kids, okay? They're our children. Nobody has the right to treat them the way they do. Nobody. That's a point, in fact, that I'm going to make. And I don't understand why people think they have the right or the ability to do that. Okay, so, you know, I've had to mold myself into somebody different to do it the right way, to get things done the right way. And I do. You know, and then I have talks with Caden, and he knows how special of a person he is, how important he is to everybody. He's got friends. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys seen, this is Caden when he was a baby. That's my little bud. The new picture I had put up here. He don't look anything like that now, but that's his baby picture. He was so adorable. Still has the same lips. That's my little buddy. And God, I miss him being that little. I really do. So, all right, now let me give you a little bit more on this. And I gave you my side of it. He's adorable. He always was, Pamela. Just big now, that's all. That's exactly right. That's it. Me too, Pookie. I agree. All right, guys, again, let me know about the audio, please.
We used to be quite rebellious, you know, in the wrong way. I remember coming home from a weekend away, and she got the dog collar on and, you know, no dress and everything. And I remember watching her walking and thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. We used to go to Athlete's Palace in Manchester for a clothes, goth shopping in Chester, we'd go and get clothes from. It never entered my head that somebody would take offence at the way she looked. Although you're not saying that seems a bit daft. Because I've been out on the streets with Sophie and Rob, and we used to go shopping at weekends and would hear people's comments about them. So why did I never put the two and two together? See what it was like in hospital, and people do not understand. You walk into a hospital room and you do not even recognise your own daughter because of the damage
that was
inflicted on her on a Friday night for a bit of fun. It isn't something I'd wish on my worst enemy. You know, you walk into that room and your whole life is just gone. It's just changed from what it was, you know, an hour ago even. And you can never take that back. And it will never be the same again. At one stage, they had her sat up in bed. They were going to actually move her out the intensive care, but she was brain damaged. And they tell you that. And you can see your eyes are tracking you side to side. We take that because that's okay, especially nothing, isn't it, you know? And then it deteriorates from there, actually. So I used to wax her hair for her. I used to wax her dreadlocks and make sure her hair was okay, because it was always important to her. Or you sit and read Harry Potter to her and just talk to her. But that was the main thing. And I always remember, I think she was a Malaysian nurse who came on duty, and she said to me, do you want to help me wash it? And that was lovely. So I did that for her as well. We always wanted her to have dignity, you know, let her die with dignity, not in the way that happened, you know. But the human body's a wonderful thing as the days go on, and you can see pretty face is coming back, all that bruising's going, but you touch your body and it thrills with water, you can see what's happening. But at the end of the day, what can you do? Nothing. But they do what I call brain stem cell tests. And apparently it's really horrible to see being done. And I know the doctor said to me, we would advise you coming in. I thought, fine, I don't want to be there actually. And I remember being sat waiting for her to come back. And the nurse is crying, and then there's no chance. There's no brain left, basically. That's what happened. So you get family and friends in to say goodbye to her. But on the Friday morning, it was me, your dad, and a brother. And the police are waiting in the waiting room for you, And they turn those machines off. Turn them off. And 20 minutes, that's all it takes them to die, They turn them off in 20 minutes. And do you want to lie with her or not? Yeah, I do. And how do she die? You bring him into this world, don't you? And they go out the same way.
Like I said, Sylvia has sadly passed as well, but she was a wonderful lady, wonderful person, 100%. Now I'm going to give you guys...
we're kind of in a transitional period, and it's the sub.
A little bit more, guys. This is sad, but it needs to be talked about. Now, this is, again, Robert Maltby, the boyfriend, who she did survive. Thank God there was wasn't a complete loss on both sides. And this is kind of his side of things at the present time. Yeah, she passed in 2021. That's correct, Pamela.
I think that's the sad thing of not knowing how that was going to end. It was just, you're in the middle of something and someone cuts it off. So I don't know if it was the brain injury. I don't know if it was a grief thing, but I was kind of numb at that point. I was just coursing through.
Here, let me give you guys the subtitles again, just in case.
At that point, I remembered that I didn't want to really see people who Sophie and I associated with. It was the fact like I need to have, be aware, that because there was mine and Sophie's friends, and then it was like, well, I can't really be part of that because it's just me now. When I saw the coffin, that was when it kind of hit me. It was like, that's too small. And I know that's a really silly thing to think in retrospect because she was fully grown, she was short, she was 5'2", but that's it's a really silly thing, but that just, it felt too small. Maybe that's it. It was just wasn't so much physically, just is that all she's worth kind of thing, and is that all any of us are worth? And it was just it was like a punch to the stomach, really. And that was when I began to, that was the catalyst, as it were, for me not being able to quite cope with it anymore. I wanted to just be alone, and I was alone a lot, and I hid myself. I barely went outside. There was probably a period of a good few months when I actually didn't leave the house. I remember I didn't know what was going to happen, but I felt I needed to be I needed to be in a position of safety. I wanted to not be. I didn't want to expose myself to anything. I knew that because obviously I'd been through what one could consider a worst case scenario, and felt now if that's possible, anything is possible. There's a really terrible string of cause and effect in my reasoning there, and in retrospect, it's laughable. But at that point, that was terrifying. Beforehand, I'd always been an optimist, and I'd flipped entirely. But that is the one thing I'm glad really didn't stick around. I I'd be naive to say it's not affected me that period, but I'm much more optimistic than I once was. I feel that my views on other people, for the most part, haven't really changed because I've met so many good people after the attack that it would be supremely arrogant and stubborn to say, oh no, they're all like those 4 or 5 people were. You know, and I know that around the attack there were very good people there who did brilliant things, saved my life essentially. People are good. People are more good than they are bad, so don't write anyone off really. You know, I did finish my degree in art, and I'd like to believe that's going to be my path now. But I was just hoping for the best for my future now.
Yes, I agree. Again, like I said, I'm glad that he wasn't a that she did. Again, guys, for those of you that have not, my lovely co-host Miss Mama Bear has her own channel, Crime Time with Mama Bear. Please check her out if you haven't. Subscribe, show a little bit of love, because she deserves it. She's a very hard worker and does some great stuff. Okay. There's another one I want to give you guys.
She was a woman who celebrated individual.
One moment. Sorry. Started off a little quicker than it was supposed to. All right. Here we go.
Was a woman who celebrated individualism, but at 20 years old, Sophia Lancaster was murdered because of it. Killed by Ryan Herbert, who was sentenced to a minimum of 16 years, a term which he appealed, and one that was reduced to 14 and a half in 2020. Now serving his time and showing good behaviour, something Sophie's mother says she can't understand.
It makes you feel as though you're not being listened to, your voice is not heard. And at the end of the day, that should have been Sophie's voice. When that sentence was laid down, you go away thinking that justice has been done.
I keep forgetting this, guys. I'm sorry.
How do you feel that some of the reasons that he's being released are about remorse and good behaviour and seeing an improvement and a reform within prison?
You know, it says in the parole report that he's shown remorse. Well, who's shown remorse to? You know, doesn't matter how much remorse he shows, it's not going to alter the fact.
On the day she died, Sophie had been with her boyfriend who was attacked first. While Sophie cradled him, she too was beaten, stamped and kicked to death. In her memory, a foundation was set up against violence and intolerance, which inspired a storyline in Coronation Street, aiming to share the same message.
It's a new generation of young people that don't remember or don't know the story, but they'll remember Molly from Curry.
And never forget Sophie, murdered simply for how she looked while protecting someone she loved. Sangeeta Lal, ITV News, Lancashire.
And I agree. About how it can, as a parent of a child, losing a child can make you feel like nobody, the justice was done, but then to let him out like that, it's not really, in my opinion. Now I'm going to give you guys a little story here on Miss Sylvia. Who again, sadly, we lost in 2021. Welcome, Kiki. Good to see you, my dear. I agree, Cookie. I agree. rest in peace, Sylvia, as well. It is just senseless and sad. Very sad. Very, very sad. Thanks for joining us, Miss Kiki. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Everything's good with you, I hope. It's great to have you here, my dear. So great to have you here.
A sleepy Lancashire town was left reeling when two...
Everyone was in shock.
Wednesday, my husband has a surgery. I'm scared out of my mind. I know I shouldn't be saying anything. Who is getting mad at you for saying anything about it? That doesn't make sense. Nobody in here's mad at you for talking about it, Kiki. Nobody. And we're all, you'll have all of our prayers, good vibes and everything with you that day. Never, ever worry about talking about stuff like that in here. Ever. Ever, ever, Kiki. Ever. Please. Please, please, please don't ever feel that way. Not in here especially, okay? You know that we back you up 100% and that we are here if you need to talk. This is your family, Kiki. We love you and support you 100%, my dear. As do we do your husband. So no worries. You have our support 100%, okay? We absolutely do. That's totally unacceptable for you to feel that way. And for anybody to make you feel that way, I should say. So know that you have our support and love, and we'll be praying for you, my dear, and your husband. The 100%. 777. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. You don't worry about that. That doesn't even matter. We got you. No worries.
So they don't understand why it happened.
22 a.m. on the morning of.
For those of you that don't know, I'm sure you figured it out, but 999 in the UK is like 911 here. Just for anybody that didn't know that. Like I said, I know that sounds silly to explain it, but some people just don't know that. So just giving you the info, guys. These were both intelligent, very intelligent, artistic, creative people. Who knows who she could have been another Andy Warhol or something like that, and their lives were taken for nothing. Absolutely nothing, because they look different. That's why I put these stories out and these cases out for you guys. Whether they're solved or not, it still needs to be known that these things happen. Okay? They do happen. They happen here in the United States. They happen in the UK. They happen in Australia. They happen everywhere. I'm sure that even down in South Africa, where Miss Linda is, that things like this happen. It doesn't matter where you are in this world, guys. There is evil people that, because, and all of this comes from people that are unhappy with themselves. Okay? Understand that the people that commit these crimes, that do these things, are miserable within themselves, okay? And the lives that they live and the people that they are, and in turn take it out on beautiful, innocent people that have done nothing to anyone. And this is the outcome. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He did survive, Lance. Yeah, he survived. That's the Robert gentleman that we had just saw before this. She sadly didn't, and then her mother passed in 2021 from other issues, but still. So yeah, that's why I put this out, because they're no longer here. And again, I always say I'm the voice for the voiceless. The stories need to be told for future, guys, so that these things can stop happening. So people can see the monsters that exist all over the world, as I'm saying. And these things will stop. It has to stop, you know? It just doesn't need to be. There's so much ugliness and so much I guess the miserability for lack of better words. There doesn't need to be. There does not need to be. It's okay to be different. That's the other reason for this. I want people to be different and be individuals. Exactly, Linda. That's what it is these people were insecure about themselves and unhappy about the way they look and the way they feel inside. And in turn, take it out on people that have comfort within themselves and are stable and feel happy with who they are. And at this point, this is what we have. And it's senseless and disgusting. Like you're grown and you want to do things that grown people do and just be that way, then you should be treated that way, in my opinion. I truly believe that, especially when it comes to punishment. I'm sorry. You have no right to take another person's life. And because of that, I feel that they should have gotten life to sit and think about it as well.
They do it. And she's not there.
And there it is, everybody. That's everything I have on it for you today. Again, it's a story that I wanted to put out. Again, they're they were put in prison. The perpetrators were caught. It's not enough. Story is going to need to be told over and over and over again, and it needs to be out there so that people will stop. It just needs to stop, guys. Enough is enough is enough. Period. That's just how I feel about it. So that is Sophia Lancaster's story, her mother Sylvia. And it's something I hope that you guys never forget, obviously. And I hope that the people that did this to her will never forget. Enough is enough is enough. Very sad. Very sad and senseless. And then there's no reason for that to be that way, Lance. Again, guys, it's because people choose to be individuals and to be different in their own way. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing whatsoever. That's what makes us who we are. Where there's no rule book anywhere that says, well, you have to look this way and you have to listen to this music and you have to think that way and you can't. No, not no, but hell no. That's wrong. I'm sorry. So there it is, guys. Thank you guys for joining me for that one today. We've been wanting to put that out for a little while. And again, guys, tonight I will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, I'm sorry, for the true crime, a true story behind the Silence of the Lambs, guys. Does anybody have any comments, opinions, theories, or anything that they want to talk about in regards to that? Please feel free. Give me a call, 234-703-4047. I'd love to hear from you guys. I really would. If there's anything else you'd want to talk about, please give me a call. I love hearing from you guys. So yeah, I love it. Well, hello, Clarice. That's right. A lot of us didn't, Lance. A whole lot of us didn't have a lot of things like that. So, but again, guys, yeah, if anybody wants to call, the number's 234-703-4047. I'd love to hear from you. If not, I understand. Yeah, it's true too, Lance. That's a fact. That's a fact. But again, I'm hoping to see you guys tonight here. It should be a good show. Like I said, true story behind Silence of the Lambs, and it's a combination of multiple stories, by the way. It's not just one person, guys. Understand. There's a bit to it. So I call, but we agree on everything 24/7. It'd be like you talking. Well, it's okay. That's quite all right, though. I'm sure people would still love to hear your voice, Pookie. Never a fail. We do seem to agree on just about everything. That's a fact. And that's okay. It's not about disagreeing. It's just putting out what you think on different things or what you feel, voicing your opinion. It's all good. It doesn't even have to be about this. If you wanted to talk about something else, you're welcome to. That's perfectly fine. Yes, I will be hopefully soon, Heather. I hope so very soon. Yeah, I agree, Red. I fully agree with that one, brother. I really do. As I said in the very beginning, this starts in the home, guys. What were these idiots taught is okay to be like this? How were they taught that it's okay, or did their parents just not care about them enough to show them any attention? In turn, that's why they did these things. To know, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't, that's where it starts, guys. That's definitely true, Lance. Definitely true. Yeah, I agree. And I feel that here's the thing, Linda. Yeah, definitely for that tonight. It's a combination. You're absolutely right. So 7 p.m. the movie I've seen 10 times, the movie I study backward and forward. That movie, yes, that movie. And just so you guys know, for those of you, I think Pookie was over there last night, publicly buzzed. They had movie night, guys, and I figured out how we can do it. We're going to do it the same way they did it. If I can get all you guys into the Discord, we can do movie night, guys, and we won't be flagged for it or nothing. That's how they did it over there at Buzzed last night, and it worked out well for them. They watched the movie The Thing. And I've been planning on trying to have a movie night with you guys in here, so that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to set it up. Miss Linda, it's so great to have had you here today. I see you're taking care, or you're leaving. You take care as well, and I hope to see you tonight. And if not, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, guys, we're going to be doing, I'm going to set it up somehow, get it worked out, and we're going to do our, you're taking off too, Pamela? All right, Pam. See you later on, hon. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to set it up to where we can do the movie night thing together, and we'll be doing it through the Discord. You don't have to join it permanently, guys, but, it'd be nice to have everybody in there so that we can do that. I think they had a good time last night, and it'll put us all together, and we'll be able to watch these movies that I've been talking about wanting us to do. So it doesn't... that's right, Sherry, I agree. Ice Station 1. That's right, Drift. Well, we're going to start doing that stuff too, guys. I had been talking about trying to figure out a way to do it. Well, Publicly Buzzed figured it out, and it works out well. It played perfectly. I jumped in there last night. Pookie was in there for a little bit. It worked out pretty cool. And you can chat while you're watching the movie together. So yeah. We're going to be doing that too, folks. I just had to figure out how to do it. I've been talking about doing movie night with everybody for months and upon months. And with what we're doing in the evenings now with the new series, it's even better. So that's how I'm going to set it up, and I'll put a link in, and we will be able to all jump into that link to watch movies without worrying about YouTube, guys. So it's going to be cool. We'll get it all worked out, set up, and we'll get rolling. Yes, Miss Heather. Yes. And then we just all we have to do then is figure out who's bringing the popcorn and who's not. That's all. So, do you remember the hype created over Manson? He was straight up the devil back then, literally banned from entire countries. Yeah, for sure. So pretty soon we will get. Yeah, I am too, Heather, because it looked like a lot of fun. I was in there for a little bit. It was pretty cool. And now that I know we can do it, we can pick and choose whatever. Load it up, roll it out, and here we are. Just one more way we can hang together. And then when Halloween gets closer, it's going to be even more fun, guys, because I will tear it up then. That's right. McCready. Good old Kurt Russell. You gotta love it. Oh, it was Childs. In the very end, yeah. Sharon Tate. I've seen that too, Sherry. That's pretty good. Yeah, I went ahead and watched the rest of it myself, Pookie. It's a great movie. I love it. I don't like the new version of it from 2011, though. I loved the 82 version. Yeah. Yep. McCready was not the thing, but I do believe Childs was. I have always thought that. Thank you, Heather. For those of you that haven't seen these or checked them out yet, we have a whole new set of social media accounts set up based off of this channel. There's a TikTok, Facebook, and an Instagram, guys. Go check them out, follow, friend it, whatever you got to do. Get involved with it, though. We post on them for about everything we can. They're still fresh and new, so we're working them, but they're there. So check them out, guys. If you haven't, please show the support. Again, guys, if you haven't, please hit the like button in here. I'm pretty sure everybody has, but as always, we didn't have a whole lot of folks in here today, but that's okay. Yeah, that's true too, Red. I agree. So what we may end up doing, guys, now that I've been thinking about it, is if I can, the movies that we're doing, depending on which ones they are, the movies that we're doing are going to be the movies that we watch, which I think would be a really good thing. David Keith. Or Keith David, yeah. That whole cast was an all-star cast, that movie. I'm telling you right now, the whole cast. Even Beatus Brimley was in that one. And it's said in the that's why I said that last night, Pookie. It's said in there that that Adrienne Barbeau was listed as part of the cast for that, and I never saw her in there, so I have no idea where. But that's okay. She's one of my all-time favorite actresses from horror movies, was Adrienne Barbeau, and of course Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. Good to see you, my dear. Now that we're at the end of the stream, she pops her little kitty head in here. That's okay, hon. I understand. No worries. Mama Bear saw an ad. Are you coming in here, Mama Bear? Are you done or no? You're not even done yet, are you? Well, yeah, it's 1:18. How's your finger? I think we have to find her then. You can be cut out of a film but left in the credits. That's my thought. I was wondering where she was. She was in the credits. Makes me wonder. I can even, let me see if I can look it up. Let me see if I can find it. I'm curious as to where she was. I think he only hired his friends for the... He had some great movies, guys. I think Stevie from Buzz asked. Good deal. Good deal. I'm glad to hear, Mama Bear. He asked me what my favorite Carpenter film was, which is Halloween, the original Halloween with Michael Myers. All right, let's see here. Yes, Jamie Lee is the Scream Queen. Let me see. Who is the cast? Boy, they have changed. That's a fact, guys. That's a fact. Just out of curiosity, let's see what we got here. Oh, I think Jamie Lee was more of a scream queen than Adrian. I liked both, though. Most definitely. This is the cast now and then, it says, and how they've changed. Kurt Russell was McCready. He's definitely a little different looking. Wilford Brimley. He passed in 2020. Diabetes. She was the computer. Ah, that makes sense. TK Carter. He's definitely changed. Knowles. Wow. There he is. Keith David. He's a good actor. Always has been. Doc. He passed in 2015. I didn't know that. That's sad. That guy, yeah. Charles Hallahan was Vance Norris. He died in 97. I didn't know that either. She was the computer's voice. That makes sense. Okay. He's 78. I've seen him in some more recent movies too. This guy, Richard Masur, was Clark. I thought for sure that he was the thing early on. Like early on. That dog was beautiful, by the way, too. Okay, Gary. He passed in 18. I didn't know that. Right. This guy I have not seen in any movies besides that one movie, ever. Same with this guy. I never saw him in any other movies either. Tom Waits. Norbert Weiser. Oh, he was the Norwegian. Okay. She's a hell of yeah, I agree. Larry Franco, the other Norwegian. Okay. Well, she was in a lot of his stuff. She was in The Fog. There she is. She hasn't changed a whole lot, guys, truthfully. 77 years old. She was in Swamp Thing. She was in The Fog. I just like her. I've always liked her in those movies. Always. I remember the computer, them talking to it in the beginning of it. That's funny, Molly. That's funny. Too funny. Group mentalities is rough. Well, I gotta fight the music concert. I'll look at it back in the day. I was grunge. Oh, I got you. I went through multiple phases. Like I said, I was made fun of because I was a skater. Let me see. Because of my hairstyles. Because I was kind of nerdy when I played Dungeons and Dragons. I was a mixture of different types of people, though, I'll be honest with you. Wow, they've aged. 52 minutes is a long time, and cat time. You fell asleep. I've fallen asleep before waiting for SSI 2. I get it. They run a simulation on a computer and playing chess against her. That's right. Yeah, because Kurt Russell in the beginning of the movie is playing chess against a computer and it's talking to him, and then he loses and he opens up the panel and he dumps his drink inside and fries the computer. So yeah, I remember that. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing that. Yeah, yes, that's a fact. That's a fact, Red. Absolute fact. We're gonna be doing the whole movie night thing. It's gonna be a regular thing too. Once I get it all set up right, we already have a Discord set up. We just have to put a link in. Everybody will be able to jump into the link, and we can blast the movie and watch it together. Yeah, we didn't get the octopus scene in the Goonies for decades. We thought Data was a liar. Data was a liar, right? Yeah. Just a booty trap. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. And like I said, I'm trying to get some things, make some things better in here, guys, to get more people in here. We need more people. YouTube is not happy with me because there's not enough people in here. And like I said before, I found out that they can take the channel away from me if I'm not doing so well. And I don't want that to happen, because then we won't get to hang out anymore. That would be bad. You were not. I don't know, Molly. It's hard to believe. So yeah, I gotta get more people watching me, guys. That's what it is. I mean, I'm happy with who I have here. I love you guys. I love the family, the unit that we have, but they want more people watching me. So I gotta figure things out. I would hate to leave. I really would. It would be an unhappy thing for me. Very, very much so. I'm kind of excited about the whole movie thing now. I think that would be cool as hell. For sure. Again, thank you, Heather. Again, anybody that would like to support the channel and myself, it is very much appreciated, guys. Like I said, there's bills that run this. I got to keep them paid so I can keep coming out here. So very much appreciated if anybody can and would want to support the channel. That's the Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. You're more than welcome to do that, and it's very much appreciated. And thank you so much for that. Oh yeah, big time, Red. There was the whole Seattle grunge thing. Again, thanks, Heather. Yeah, I'm trying to work that out, Drift. You know, Publicly Buzz has talked about it. Me and Dustin have talked about it. Jules, we have talked about it too over at Jules of All Trades. So on and so forth. So on the mic, my brother. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Pookie. I appreciate that. Definitely. Got to bring some peeps in here. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Tonight, we will be live again, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, telling the true story behind the Silence of the Lambs. Clarice. Thank you, Clarice. So make sure you eat your meals and your dinner beforehand. Don't want to gross nobody out. You know what I'm saying? We can watch Porky's if you want to. That's up to you guys. Yes. That's cool, Pookie. I hope so. And again, guys, anybody that you know that might be interested, bring them in. Please bring them in. We got plenty of room and plenty of love. Bring them on in. If you guys check out other channels, whatever, and you know anybody that would be into what we do in here, bring them in, please, please, please. We can watch Porky's, Pee-wee, and Meat, and Miss Ballbreaker, Revenge of the Nerds. Yes. Those are all great movies. We could do a whole thing and watch all John Hughes movies, guys. You know what I mean? If you want to, we definitely have a retro night. Like a collie. Goonies. We can pull that one off. Instaband. Let me see something here. I can't wait for Halloween to come around because we will be hammering the movies then. That's a long one. Very long one, Pookie. You're absolutely correct. Very, very long. Very, very long. We got some good ones, though. There's plenty of good ones we can watch. Period. Lost Boys. That's one of my favorite movies ever. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I also found out, thanks to Stevie and Dan over there at Buzz, that we can do Unsolved Mysteries through there too. We can watch episodes of that, the X-Files, anything we want to, because it's not linked into YouTube, therefore we can't get flagged for it. So we can pull that all off. And that will help with a lot of our cases and stuff too, guys. So very much so. Very much so. Large Marge. Dude, I haven't watched that movie in forever. Great movie, though. You know what, guys? I think I figured out. When I wear white t-shirts, it washes me out bad. And I look super pale because I had that look again, and I'm perfectly fine. So, Molly, Lolly, Molly. Molly, 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 Molly. Molly, lolly, 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 doll. Nothing. I was just saying your name because I can. Because I can. That okay with you? Molly, lolly, lolly? No. Shh. Okay. I'll be quiet then. Yeah, guys, I gotta up the ante here with these live streams. I gotta do something so YouTube will start making me some money, folks, because I'm not doing it. John Hughes. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those movies that 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, and all that. John Hughes films. Let's see. I think I got pink light. Yep, there's pink. It doesn't help. So what I need to do then is turn on the red. See? Now I got color. Purple. It's okay. My eyes are already screwed. Turn me green. How about green, guys? Let's go with green. It's all good. It's all good. We try, Drift, but I don't know. Okay. This is green. The pink doesn't show up. I put it on green, but I can do. See, the pink does not really do much for me, I guess. Red. That's red. Orange. Yeah, I think it's red. There we go. Not you, bro. The color red. The pink, you can't even see it. I don't think, can you? That's pink. Looks more purplish to me, but that's purple, blue, and pink. And then there's red. Yeah, I can't wait to get this moved. I get all of this stuff moved to the den. Set up the office back there the right way. And I gotta get this soundboard thing with this sound card to fix a bunch of this other stuff in here that I can do, and way I can jump from my intro to my outro to my regular stream, and it all rolls together. I have one, but it doesn't work. So I have it on my wish list through Amazon. I will get one eventually. I'll get that set up, how the sound set up with speakers back in the back room. In the office room, I'll be sitting there. I can look out windows and stuff if I want to come summertime. And I'll have more room. I can set up my green screen and have my background and do it all up the right way, guys. Eventually, I'll get the monitors and stuff too that I need down the road. That's just stuff that I will make it easier on me than a better picture and stuff like that for what I like to do. But that's not something I have to have right now. So So yeah, guys, tonight, Silence of the Lambs, the true story. I'm sure most of you have seen the movie multiple times, or at least once. So you know all about Mr. Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins' character from the movie. But you'll be surprised at the true story behind the movie. Well, I have. It just makes it all better, Pookie. All I really need is just a soundboard to make things work better. I can just click from stream to intro to outro back to stream. I can make the soundboard will help me. It's got video card in it too, and it helps me to like jump to clips without having to play around with the mouse so much. Just stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'll have more of a professional get up for it, and it'll work more professionally. That's what it is. To give you guys a better quality stream. Yes, thank you, Stream Deck. Thank you very much, Red. Which most of the bigger channels and stuff, they all have those. They're a little expensive, so I just threw it on the wish list and said, hey, if something happens, it does. If it doesn't, oh well. I do need better speakers. My speakers are whapped. I mean, wrapped bad, guys. They crackle and sputter, and they just don't work. So that's something I will be getting for sure. I got good headphones. Down the road, I will be replacing my microphone again, but this one works just fine for right now. I got a good camera. Eventually, I need better monitors because, like I said, these are old, and I mean old. If you guys could see them, you'd know what I was talking about. They're funky old. They're small. And I do need a new desk. This desk is falling apart. Piece by piece by piece, little by little. It's coming apart. It's old. And I mean old. Like as old as I am old. So, but I'll get it all in time. If Clarice had been smarter, she'd have shopped at Goodwill and had Agner. Okay, Pookie. It's windy out there, guys. It's cold. I can hear it blowing. It's sunny, but it's deceiving. Oh, I'll be all right without a massage chair. I got a good chair. I can't complain about that. I'm excited about my chair. A massage chair for your computer. Oh, I'd love to have a massage chair, but I don't need nothing like that. That's too extreme. My chair's pretty good. It helps with my back and stuff like that, and I have a thing on it because that's how I can sit so long. I switched my chair out. I had a gaming chair, a red and white one, and Caden had a like an office chair that he used as a gaming chair, and I gave him my gaming chair, and I took his chair, and this one's better on my back, and it's just better off, period. So we're good. $30. That seems like it'd be cheap for something like that. There's a thing you can put on this chair. Maybe that's what it is. It's just like a mat that you sit on the chair. It covers the whole chair, and you plug it in, and it will massage or stuff like that. You guys don't want me having a massage chair. I'll fall asleep while I'm live. As long as you're all right, Oscar, quack away. As long as your only fan never leaves you, it will be all right. Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do, guys. Is hook myself up to OnlyFans. Maybe I can make some money that way. Just kidding. Nobody wants to see me. Nobody wants to see me. Where's Booney at? Speaking of which, I have not seen her today. She must be working. Her and Cece both. Tiny Chinese hands made them, right? Little bitty Chinese hands. The kind of Chinese hands that you can watch your Viewmaster through. It works, guys. It really does. Wish I could show you. You guys can't see none of that. Can you? Can you see in there? Maybe you can. Let me see. Can you see that in there? Would you quit whining? You just came in. No, I don't think it's going to let you see the picture in there. Either way, it works. It's a trip. Where is your only fan? Did you move it or the camera? What are you talking about, Red? My only fan. Oh, and I got my stretch Armstrong. I don't know. My wife found it. It was in one of the Cadence stocking. Is like a little thing to mess around with. They got a bunch of these little mini things. There's the mini Stretch Armstrong. The mini that one. There's a mini 8-ball. There's the mini. There was something else, but they make all these mini things now. Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, and I'm a toy freak, so I love my toys. All right, so nobody's calling in. Again, guys, I hope to see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. I can start selling farts in jars. Okay, if you say so, Mike. I'll try anything at this point, guys. You never know. The catch is you need a tiny wrench. It comes unassembled. Oh, okay. I fart in your general direction. You guys are a trip. Usually to your left. It can't be seen today. You talking about the dog, Red? You got me completely lost, bro. My camera. And where's that light go? Is that what you're talking about? Over there? No. The dog that's usually on the couch back there? I'm a lumberjack. I don't know. What is your problem? Why are you whining? Oh, hush your mouth. No. 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 Monty Python. I'm lost. When you guys tell me what this OnlyFan thing is, then I'll understand. But a literal fan. Oh, the fan. Oh my God. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, it was broke, guys. It's gone. OnlyFans is kind of, yeah, something like that. No, the fan is gone, bro. It's busted. I gotta get a new one. My OnlyFan. I'm such an idiot. Gotcha. Nope, I threw that out. It stopped working. It just stopped working one day, so. Time for a new one. There's some woman that actually does that. It's wild. I can't believe I didn't get that. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, that I don't know what happened to it. It just stopped working one day, and it wasn't that old. So I gotta pick another one. It's garbage. It's gone. It's out. It's outie. Well, Pookie, your trip. Is my camera gonna auto zoom? Damn, all is lost then. I'll have a new one soon. Don't worry, and I'll have my only fan back there. Don't worry about it. I'll have a new one soon, especially when the weather starts changing. Got to keep that air circulating because the ceiling fan doesn't do enough. I mean, it does pretty good, but it was never going to leave me. I know. It was old. I mean, it wasn't old, but it was old at the same time, if you know what I'm saying. I really can't believe I did not get that. I'm such a dipshit. Oh, well. All right, folks. Well, I guess that'll do it for today. Nobody wants to call me, talk to me. Okay. I see what it does mean. No talk today. Thank you all for being here, for joining me so very much for the show today. And I hope to see you guys tonight. Those of you that I can, I'm looking forward to it. And again, anybody that has donated to support the channel today, thank you so very much. I do appreciate you so very much. I appreciate everything you guys do for the channel in general, period, for just supporting me. That's beyond. Oh, am I a robot now? Domo momigato. My internet, yeah, I'm probably kicking in and out again. Who knows? Again, thank you, Heather, for that. But thank you guys for what you do for the channel. Thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate you. Hope to see you guys tonight. Hope to see more of you for tonight. Is there a link for tonight somewhere? She had posted it up earlier for the time. And there is a short posted on the community page. I believe there's links everywhere on all the social media platforms for it. Otherwise, just come here. Come to me. Come to Butthead. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will talk about Silence O' the Lambs, guys. Other than that, guys, you have an amazing rest of your day. If you have the weather for it, get outside and suck in some of that fresh air, guys. If not, do what you normally do. But do me a favor. Do one thing for sure. And that is, do not change anything about who you are, because you're all the beautiful people. And don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, guys, because what else do we have in this sad world? Love you guys to death. I will see you all so very soon. You have a great, great rest of your day. Bye-bye, everybody.